3:12 a.m. Motion detected. A normal notification. A quiet suburban street. A house asleep in the dark. Nothing unusual, but by sunrise, one person will be missing. And when detectives review the footage, they notice something no one saw at first, a tiny detail. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Maple Ridge Drive was the kind of street people moved to for safety. Tree-lined sidewalks, porch lights left on overnight. Dogs, families, silence. Daniel and Rebecca Carter lived in the third house from the corner, mid-30s. No criminal history. No drama. 6 months earlier, they installed a doorbell camera. Rebecca insisted. Daniel thought it was unnecessary. At 3:12 a.m., Rebecca's phone lights up. Motion detected at front door. She doesn't wake up. Daniel doesn't wake up. The dog doesn't bark. The camera records 28 seconds. Then it stops at 6:47 a.m. Rebecca wakes up. Daniel isn't in bed. His car is still in the driveway. His phone is on the nightstand. His wallet on the dresser. Keys in the bowl by the door. She checks the kitchen. The garage. The backyard. Nothing. Opening parenthesis. Then she remembers the notification. 3:12 a.m. She opens the app. Her hands are shaking. She presses play. At first, it looks like nothing. Dark porch. Wind in the trees. Shadows shifting. Then movement. Far left edge of the frame. Almost out of view, a shape. Standing still, not knocking. Not ringing the bell. Just standing there. 7 seconds pass. The figure doesn't move. Then it leans forward slightly. As if listening. A slow step backward. Out of frame. Recording ends. Rebecca watches it again. And again. No face visible. Only height. And stillness. She calls Daniel, even though his phone is inside the house. Straight to voicemail. She dials 911. Her voice trembling. By 7:32 a.m., police arrive. They search the house carefully. Room by room. Closet by closet. No signs of forced entry. No broken locks. No shattered windows. No blood. No overturned furniture. Everything looks normal. Except Daniel is gone. Officers review the footage. One shrugs. Probably a neighbor. Another disagrees. Something feels off. De 9:03, las 12:04. The figure is already there. Which means the motion alert didn't trigger when they walked up. It triggered when they moved. So how long were they standing there? Before the recording started. Detectives enhance the video, increase brightness. Slow it down. Zoom in on the left edge. At 3 hours, 12 minutes and 9 seconds, the figure's head turns slightly toward the narrow window beside the door. And in that glass, there's a reflection. Someone inside the house standing still, watching. The reflection doesn't move, not once. Which means the person outside wasn't alone. Detectives rewind again, frame by frame. The figure outside tilts their head, almost like they're listening to someone inside. But no one should have been awake. Daniel was in bed. At least, that's what Rebecca believed. Police pulled the smart lock data. At 3:08 a.m., the front door was unlocked. Using a physical key, not forced. Not bypassed. Unlocked. Opening parenthesis at 3:19 a.m. It locks again. 7 minutes. Someone entered that house and left, without waking anyone. Rebecca insists there are only 2 keys, one for her, one for Daniel. Then she hesitates. 3 months earlier, Daniel lost his key. For 2 days. He said he found it under the seat of his car. Police can't verify that. And suddenly, 7 minutes feels much longer. Officers search the house again, this time slower. More detailed. In the hallway, Officer Ramirez notices the rug, slightly shifted just a few inches. Underneath, fresh scuff marks on the hardwood to parallel lines, like something heavy had been dragged. They move to the bedroom closet behind a row of jackets. Dust disturbed on the upper shelf. There's no reason to climb up there. No storage. No boxers. Unless you weren't storing something. Unless you were hiding. Forensics checks the attic space. Insulation disturbed. Partial shoe impressions. Size 11. Daniel wears size 10. Someone had been above them. Inside the house. Possibly for hours, maybe longer. Detectives return to the original clip, this time focusing on audio. Doorbell cameras record sound too. They isolate the 3:12 a.m. footage, remove wind interference, boost the background noise at second 14. There's something faint, almost swallowed by static. They enhance it again and again. It sounds like breathing. Slow. Measured. Opening parenthesis. Not outside. Inside the house. Then a whisper, barely audible, 2 words. Don't move. Rebecca swears she never heard anything. She says she slept through the night. Phone data tells a different story. Daniel's phone registers movement at 3:05 a.m. inside the house. Steps recorded in the hallway. Then the kitchen, then back toward the bedroom, and after 3:11 a.m., nothing. No movement ever again. Then something else happens. 10:43 p.m. that same night. The house is empty. Rebecca is staying with her sister. Police have cleared the property. A motion alert triggers again. Front door, officers rush outside. The porch is empty. But the footage shows something new. Officers rewind the 10:43 p.m. clip. 3 seconds before the alert triggers, the frame glitches just slightly, like interference. Then, for less than half a second, a face appears. Close to the lens. Too close. Not at the edge of the frame this time, right in front of the camera. The image freezes. Investigators enhance it. Stabilize the frame, increase contrast. The face is partially shadowed, but familiar. Rebecca is called back in. She stares at the screen. Her hands start to shake. It looks like Daniel. That's impossible. Daniel was reported missing hours earlier. Search teams are already combing the woods nearby. K-9 units, drones with thermal imaging. And yet, at 10:43 p.m., someone who looks exactly like him is standing inches from the camera, looking directly into it. Police expand the perimeter. Behind the house is dense wood line. 40 yards in, a shallow patch of disturbed soil. They dig carefully. It's not a body. It's Daniel's jacket, covered in dirt. And inside the collar, foreign fibers, not Rebecca's. Investigators revisit the first clip again. The 3:12 a.m. footage. They zoom into the window reflection, enhance it further. The figure inside the house isn't standing on the floor. It's elevated. Higher than hallway level, like someone positioned above. The attic access panel is inspected again, more thoroughly this time. Small scratch marks around the edges, recent. Someone had opened it. From the inside, meaning whoever was in that attic didn't need to break in. They were already inside. Then comes the question no one wants to ask. What if the figure outside wasn't the threat? What if it was a signal, a distraction? Because at 3:08 a.m., the door UNLOCKS. At 3:12, the figure stands outside. And at 3:19, the door locks again. 7 minutes, long enough to move someone, long enough to silence someone. Phone data shows Daniel's last steps at 3:11 a.m. After that, nothing. No outgoing calls. No messages. No GPS movement. Just silence. Detectives analyze the face from 10:43 p.m. again. More enhancement, more stabilization. This time, they compare it to Daniel's driver's license photo. Facial structure matches. Distance between the eyes matches. Scar above the left eyebrow also matches. It's him. Which leaves two possibilities. Either Daniel came back or Daniel never left. And if he never left, who was standing at the edge of the frame at 3:12 a.m. and who whispered, "Don't move"? Detectives start asking a different question. Not who was outside the house, but who was inside. They re-interview Rebecca, this time more carefully. Her timeline shifts slightly, just a few minutes. Small inconsistencies, nothing dramatic, but enough to notice. Phone records show something new at 2:58 a.m. Rebecca's phone lights up. She opens the doorbell app. 14 minutes before the motion alert. Why would she check the camera before anything happened? She says she doesn't remember. Investigators dig deeper into their marriage. Financial strain. Arguments about money. Daniel recently increased his life insurance policy significantly. Rebecca listed as sole beneficiary. Policy updated 3 weeks before he vanished. Forensics re-examines the audio. The whisper, "Don't move." They isolate the frequency. Compare it to known voice samples. Daniel's voice doesn't match, but Rebecca's does. Then comes the detail that changes everything. The 10:43 p.m. face at the camera. Experts analyze the lighting angle. Shadow direction. Lens distortion. It isn't someone standing outside. It's a playback. Displayed on a phone screen. Held close to the lens. The face wasn't Daniel returning. It was a recorded image of Daniel. Someone staged the second motion alert, and someone was still inside the house. At 10:43 p.m., police check Wi-Fi logs. At 10:41 p.m., a device reconnects to the home network, Rebecca's tablet. She had told investigators she never returned to the house that night. When confronted, Rebecca's composure cracks. She admits she went back just to get something, but can't explain why she triggered the camera or why she replayed Daniel's face into the lens. Then search teams return to the woods, this time expanding the grid. 30 yards beyond where the jacket was found, they discover disturbed soil again. And this time, it isn't empty. Daniel is found buried shallow, time of death, around 3:10 a.m., 2 minutes before the motion alert, meaning the figure at the edge of the frame was never Daniel. It was someone leaving, and the whisper captured on camera came from inside the house.